Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Chris McGee, Danny Green, J.Worthy, Mike Trudell is in Detroit. The Lakers' 9-game win streak comes to an end at the hands of the Detroit Pistons, the #1 team in the Eastern Conference. The Lakers were right there. Big game with a chance to win it at the end. Better execution down the stretch by the Detroit Pistons. Also 8 turnovers in that fourth quarter for the Lakers. They only had 5 going into that fourth. And then at the end, you have Jenkins getting to his spot on the right, hitting that little fadeaway, and then Duren, that matchup with Duren, kind of waiting for the step back. Tough shot for Luka at the end there.
Got to give him credit for the fight. Both teams, actually. Detroit without one of their major players, Cunningham, and the Lakers, you know, without Marcus and Rui. But, you know, I thought the 8 turnovers, as you mentioned, Peter, those were 8 attempts that we didn't get. And we needed those 8 attempts, you know, to decrease that margin a little bit. But this guy right here, Danny talked about him before the game. Next man up, Jenkins, went right a lot and was successful a lot. But, yeah, that last play just was disrupted from the beginning and didn't get a good look. I give Detroit a lot of credit for hanging in there and playing well at home.
Yeah, just playing behind from the whole, like pretty much the whole game. You know, that first half kind of put them in a hole. But even got half the possessions of
looks
the 8
like you
turnovers.
had Luka maybe over the top early in that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Somebody got tip on it.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like, or, you know, it looked like it was going to Cleaver where it landed. I was like, was he trying to throw it to Maxey? But I thought he was trying to get Luka over the top and just didn't make it there. It was a good look, but said playing from behind most of the game is not good for you. The first half down 13, cut into that third quarter. But it said if you can get even half those possessions of the 8 turnovers, you get 4 of those looks, you might have a better outcome. But got to give credit to Detroit. You know, they executed. They came with a game plan. They played well, especially without Cade.
James, the Lakers had been playing some unbelievable basketball. They won 9 in a row. They were trying to get to 10 for the first time since Danny was on the team. November of 2019, they had won 12 of 13 games. They put themselves 3rd in the Western Conference, but it just seemed like they were going uphill a little bit tonight. Even with a lead in that first quarter and early in that second quarter, we looked and they were at about 34%, 1 for 13 from 3, but they had that short lead. But the second quarter, 42-25 by the Pistons to go down by 13, but then an amazing third got them right back in.
Yeah, you're on the road. You're next to the last home game before you go back home. You know, you were without a few players. It could be some subconscious fatigue. I don't know. It could be a little bit of tired legs, but the second quarter was definitely Detroit Pistons quarter, and that propelled them to get the confidence that they needed in the second half when Jenkins came out, Durrell came out, and so they played well. The Lakers just shots.
I got to give some credit to the bigs. They played well tonight. You know, DeAndre and Jackson Hayes, they came and did their part. Jackson Hayes 5 for 5, DeAndre and 5 for 6, double-double, 13 and 10. So they did pretty well. Scored a decent amount. You would think they would have better defense against a Detroit team, no Cade Cunningham Detroit team. But, you know, this, again, was a hard-fought, gritty game for both sides. Detroit mucked it up. They played at a slow pace. Fourth quarter made them turn the ball over some. It was their style of play.
You know, for people that aren't watching a lot of Detroit Pistons basketball, they've been a great team this year. #1 in the East, of course, the news with Cade Cunningham. He's going to be out indefinitely for now. And if they don't know the story of Dennis Jenkins, he was a 2-way player. Then he was signed to the team, and he had his career high tonight, 30. It's just one of those nights, Danny. 11 of 18, 4 of 5 from 3, 8 assists, but really clutched down the stretch, scoring their last 6 points, including 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, not just shooting threes. You see, he got a little backdoor dunk right there, deep corner tray, but like Big Game said, you know, he wouldn't get to that right hand. He was getting downhill and fast in a hurry. And he's moving at a very quick pace, and it's hard to stop him. He had 2 plays where they were able to get to that strong hand.
Yeah, the one where Jake kind of fell on top of him.
Yeah, he drew the pump fake, drew a foul on Jake, got him in the air. And the second one, Austin was kind of caught up in the screen, got a little late behind. By the time he got back to him, he got to that baseline, you know, little fade jumper, and knocked the tough. It was a great contest, but he knocked down a tough corner, you know, faded away jumper.
What a nice luxury to have, Big Game, without your superstar in Cade Cunningham, when you can have a young man like Jenkins who was on a 2-way contract and is now part of your team that can come in and run a team, can navigate this offense and go for 30.
Hadn't seen him that much, and definitely not used to that lightning speed. It's one thing, you know, you can be playing decent defense in your mind, but with that kind of quickness, as soon as he touches the ball, it's hard to judge it. And they just could not get him to go left at all. He's too quick. and they couldn't force him left. And when he got right, he was layups over good defense and pulling up for those little 10-footers.
He also had 8 assists. I mean, he's making plays.
Playmaker.
You know, he's
sure.
a playmaker. So he was pretty much doing what Cade does for this group, which is not easy shoes to fill. So yeah, he got Paul Reed involved. He got other guys involved, you know, that was making some baskets. They played a really good floor game, and he was the lead of it. He was the head of the snake. Jalen Duren, of course, a 20-11 night.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about him, Danny. 20 and 11, the double-double. But I think more important than that, he was 10 for 10 from the free throw line.
Yeah, you don't see that from bigs. He just has a really good touch. You could tell. Not only is he able to knock down a mid-range, have a good touch around the rim, he has got a little handle too. Like, so he's able to handle the ball, start the offense, and make some plays happen, make it easier for some of their guards to not have to bring the ball up every time. But he's got a lot in the bag, and one of those is shooting free throws, making free throws. So he's not just a foul guy. He's not a guy that you can just foul. Like most lob threats, big men, you can just foul, and they won't make free throws. He's been putting pressure on teams in a numerous amount of ways.
He is a big body, too.
He's huge. I looked at his upper body. His shoulders round. You're not going to move him. Has pretty good footwork, too. I was surprised to see him, you know, put the ball on the floor a couple times and put it off the glass. But good contribution. Their bench also, they got a nice variety of points from their bench as well. So, yeah, Detroit, you know, they have a system in place that's pretty good, you know, especially when Cade's in the game and Cunningham. Without him, they still play Detroit basketball, and it's pretty solid.
You know, it's interesting, James, we were down there December 28th, no AR. Obviously, Detroit had Cade. It was a different Laker team at that point. The Pistons kind of ran them off the floor in that second half, and it kind of leads me to what this Laker team is now. It's a much different basketball team, and you got to give them a lot of love. It has been a lot of fun, this run that they were on, 12 of 13, 9 in a row, in the teams that they were beating and competing with, and they were about to, you know, they were this close to going 5-0 on this 6-game road trip, something the Lakers have not done in about 17, 18 years. But they come up a little bit short. But it has been some great basketball, as you see what the Big Three did tonight. Luka Doncic once again points. That's his 10th straight 30-plus game. He moves into a list of Lakers that have done that. Austin Reaves with 24. He had a big third where he had 14. And then LeBron just a rebound shy of a triple-double. So you get the loss tonight, James, but a lot to be, you know, happy with moving forward. And you know, listen, you got to get that Game 6 in Indianapolis, and you come home and you get the Nets and the Wizards, and you can start a new streak.
And the streak of games that they've won, I think they found a little bit of identity. There's something that they've been searching for all year long. It wasn't on the offensive end. It wasn't defense. They really hadn't, you know, found it yet. And I think they have now, Gator. I think they're a collective, pretty good defensive team. Offense, the ball moves. And I think they play well together. So I think the streak benefited them well. We'll see how they snap back against Indiana, if they can rebound and get that last win on the road.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought they'd be 4-1 going to their last game on the road trip?
Yeah.
Anybody talking about this team, they hoped they'd get a 4-1 or 5-1 or even a sweep. But people realistically thought, like, oh, if we can go 3-2, it'd be great. They have a chance to go 5-1, which is something nobody expected them to do. And like Big Game says, because of what they've built, the identity they found themselves, playing together, defensively being active, offensively moving the ball, and even nights like this when it wasn't a good night for them, they collectively found a way to still give them a chance to win at the end.
And listen, I don't know what the score is now, but I know Houston was down 20 earlier in the night, and what the Lakers did over this last month, James, was build a lot of equity, and now you have a loss, and you're still third in the Western Conference, and there's a lot to play for with 10 games left.
And I think they secured 3 tiebreakers?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was big right there, to be able to win those games, secure the tiebreakers, and know that, you know, hopefully you can hang around in third. Home court advantage is crucial in the first round. And so the Lakers still got work to do. Don't get relaxed right now. Just go ahead and finish strong.
And I do have some news. The Pacers snapped their 16-game losing streak tonight, which I think is a good thing, Danny. I didn't want them to have
Absolutely. You don't want to snap it when we go there.
Yeah, they beat Orlando. So, you know they're going to be ready to play the Los Angeles Lakers. All right. We could talk a little Luka if you guys want. 2,000 points on the season. He joins an elite club there. Longest streak of 30-plus games in Laker history. He joins a list there of only Laker greats that have done that. So Luka, once again, I think we're going to show that to you, doing his job, Big Game. There it is. You see the most seasons with 2,000 total points. Of course, Kobe did it 8 times.
Yeah, Luka.
Jerry Elgin.
This is his first season with the Lakers.
I thought he was a little like banged up tonight too. You know, he was getting hit a little bit, and after a couple plays, he got up slow, but still he did what he needs to do each night. At least he attempted to do it. And you know, look.
Hey, listen, his three ball has been
continues to make these type of lists. 2,000 total points.
I mean, it's only his first season.
Yeah,
so I mean,
his first season.
Listen, the three ball didn't go tonight. He was 3 of 13, but it has been going at a crazy rate over the last 13 games at 42%.
And that's why he's had games of 60 and 40 and. That's with that. He gets 30 in his sleep. On an off night, he's got 32.
Listen, he made a great pass. Luke Kennard had an in-and-out three. I'll take that all night, and I'll take Luka with that 15-foot jumper all night, too. Just came up short. You'll take that, because more times than not, you're going to hit those. All right, time to hear from Coach J.J. Redick, brought to you by your Toyota dealers.
Ball kind of was short, hit Cleaver, deflection, ricocheted, out to half court.
And then it's a great matchup for Duren's just on him with nowhere to go, and he's a huge body, so the step back's not going to be in play there, James.
I thought Duren, kept his composure, stayed down, didn't go for any pump fake, slid his feet very well, and Luka really didn't have a chance to get over the top. Even if he had that step back, that would have been a tough one.
All right, Access 360, what are you breaking down? DG?
A little bit of Bron in the second half, because the first half, he had that finger issue. Didn't give us much, but second half came out super aggressive. Obviously, JJ said he's a willing passer, and, I guess selfless. Right here is his first basket. Luka Kennard set the little pin down, which you don't see often. Usually Bron has set the pin down. But Luka Kennard's coming here, setting a pin down to Tobias. Bron being not a non-shooter, but a shooter, not a guy that is considered a shooter. Tobias shoots the gap, but kind of disrespects him. He's wide open, knocks down a wing three-pointer. So right here, defense. Bron's on the weak side right now, sees two guys come to the ball. Paul Reed is rolling. Bron meets him at the rim, gets there early, puts his body on the line. Paul Reed tries to go around him, jumps up, gets a block with the left hand, starts the defense of, doing the little intangibles that, Big Game's talking about. He's becoming the Marcus Smart guy tonight and doing the little things. Right here, you get a tip, defense is playing, being active, gets a tip. Bron sees we get the ball. He's the first guy out and running. First 3 steps, you know how fast he is. Long strides, one dribble from half court, he's gonna get a layup. Still at 41, it doesn't matter. Right here again, missed the layup, he sees we get the ball, he tips it out, got the, I'm losing the word here. So anyway, he gets the ball. He's got a Magic Johnson right here going here. Little that's my voice. Little Magic Johnson going on to Vando for a backdoor dunk. So yeah, he did all the little things, little intangibles. We got possession. He got the possession of the ball. I don't know why I drew a blank on possession, but he did a little bit of everything. Deflections, blocking shots, starting the break, running the break, getting finishes on the break. Little Magic Johnson action, look-offs, and then knocking down threes too, off pin downs.
Smooth. Yeah. And then LeBron talked about, just to Danny's point right there, James, whatever role he's asked to play. Tonight it's that Marcus Smart role, and he ends up a rebound shy of a triple-double, and
I think
he's doing whatever asked.
It took him a while. He missed training camp. They had to come back and try to figure out how to play that trio.
He's going to do whatever it takes to win, and he's going to do the little things, and I think it's less of a load on him to stay fresh. But ultimately, he just wants to win, and he can still be efficient and with this third man role, and be effective.
Remember I gave you that Rockets-Bulls update that the Bulls are up 20?
Yeah.
It's now tied late. Come on, Bulls. Austin Reaves with 24 points and a big shot and assists. He's with Mike Trudell in the media.
Austin, you were able to make a big push in that third quarter, kind of get back in it after a rough second quarter. Where's the resilience been coming from for the team, even though you don't end up with the results, but throughout this road trip?
Playing hard, executing what the coaching staff brings to us at halftime.
What did you see in just the kind of the back and forth down the stretch, where you guys have generally been ending up on the winning end of these? Tonight, Detroit ends up obviously getting it.
It was good basketball, and they made one more shot.
You guys, during the stretch, have been tested a bunch of different ways. Even though you guys didn't win tonight, did you feel like you were tested in similar ways, and did you like how you guys responded?
Yeah, I think we went down, 16, 18 in the third, and then battled our way back. I think it was a 2-point game going into the fourth. We did some really good things, and there were some things we needed to clean up, but, it's a long trip, and, I like the way we competed.
What are some of the traits that you liked from the team across that stretch, and how do you think that can apply to the final 10 and then into the postseason as well?
Just the physicality and the intensity that we're playing with.
Indiana's been they've been losing games, but you see them kind of tonight. They win in Orlando. They played well and hard against you in your building a couple weeks ago. What challenge do you anticipate from them on Wednesday?
Same thing they do every night. Like I heard Bron say, they play hard, they play fast, well coached. Obviously injuries have been their biggest problem this year. So it's not like they're a bad team. They play every single game trying to win. So we're gonna have to go in there and play hard and get a win.
No Marcus today. What do you guys miss when he's out, and what do you kind of try to bring to not necessarily replace him, but do what you can without him?
Marcus is a huge glue guy for us. As everybody knows, the way he plays, unselfish, guards every team's best player. That's what he does, and when you don't have that, it sucks, but it's next man up mentality. I'm sure if he was able to play, he would have been out there. He's a competitor, so yeah, hopefully we'll have him back next game.
All right, Austin Reaves, he had 24 tonight, 14 in that fourth, and then 2 in the fourth big game, and it was a big one down the stretch, and you just thought Austin had that magic, but the Pistons ended up getting it. But pretty good night for him overall, 24 points on 7 of 15.
Felt comfortable with the ball in his hands on that last shot. He went right away. I think he made a floater. Left about 28 seconds on the clock.
To be effective. And down the stretch, you're pretty confident, Austin. He's proven and shown that he can make plays. He did make the play. JJ wanted him to execute it with a 2-for-1, so they left some time on the clock. He got it done fast, but one-on-one, it was pretty good defense. Dennis Jenkins was right there in front of him, made him change directions, shoot over the top. But nice little floater. Hit nothing but the bottom of the net. And, Lakers were up 1.
He's also always replenishing, getting a little protein in after the game. What was your snack of choice right after the game, Steve?
Well, during interviews, I would probably a smoothie, but I wouldn't be eating. I feel like Austin's always got some fruit or something. He's getting his food in, but he's staying hydrated. Good for him.
Yeah, his post game always kind of exactly how we all feel. Like he just wears it, right? That's what I love about him. Like he's not happy with loss, and we're going to move on to the next one.
As he should be.
What did you?
B-More just said I went to Golden Bird. Some people don't even know what Golden Bird is, but I know Golden Bird was a very popular chicken spot in Ladera Heights. No, I had a nice cold beer after the game. That's
you did. Back then they had them nice and chilled
nice
for you.
Cold, yes, sir.
All right, Luka Doncic joined an exclusive club tonight, becoming the 7th.
Access Sportsnet Lakers. Before tip-off, our panel of experts break down the day's matchup.
He's proven to be a threat offensively. I love that little mid-range game. Very impressed.
And after the final buzzer, head back to the studio for post-game reaction, highlights, and interviews.
When you got the size advantage and the skill advantage, you take over, and that's what he did tonight.
Access Sportsnet Lakers, pre- and post-game coverage on Spectrum Sportsnet.
Western Conference standings. You see the Thunder at the top, looking like they are going to clinch home court throughout the playoffs. The Spurs are actually in a battle with the Pistons for that second best record overall in the league. You never know. Lakers in 3rd still. A couple games ahead of the Rockets, only 1 in the loss column. The Rockets and the Bulls are absolutely battling late in the 4th right now. The Nuggets at 44-28 and the Timberwolves at 44-28. I am just told that the Bulls just took the lead late. So listen, 10 games left. You hold the tiebreaker over those 3 teams. Danny, you're in a pretty good spot. 7-3 would be real nice. Get you to what? That would get you to 53 wins, and it would also just about secure that 3 spot. Even 6-4 is probably
all those would be nice.
Yeah, it'd be real nice.
I mean, home court is always nice, but at this point of the season, don't even pay attention to the standings. Don't even pay attention to
I will. They don't have to. Yeah.
So just continue to get better, continue to play, winning basketball. But us, yes, we'll be paying attention. We want them to be home.
Have to pay attention.
Yeah. So, but as a player,
yes,
just focusing on staying healthy, getting everybody back, playing good basketball, and then things will take care of itself. So if they continue to focus on those things, they'll get the wins that they're supposed to, and they'll have home court advantage.
And you hear what Austin Reaves said and LeBron about Indiana. Yes, they've lost a lot of games, and they're in that stretch for the worst record in the league. But when I look and you see Nesmith and you see Siakam, you see T.J. McConnell and Nembhard and guys that compete that were in the finals last year, and the Lakers are coming into town and on a heater and playing well.
There you go.
Do not take this game lightly. And you get this one, and then you're back home and can get things rolling again.
The Lakers are coming to town. It's a big game, regardless of the record. I like what LeBron said. Hey, took one tonight against Detroit, but let's secure our road trip by winning this game in Indiana and going back home.
How important is it to you as a player to start at home in the playoffs?
It's very important.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it much. That like as a player, we kind of just worried about what we can control, and it took care of itself. But home court, it helps. Obviously the statistics shows it +4, +6.
Yeah.
The fans, and I played some really great organizations that had a really good fan base, and I think it's more important, mostly not just to start there, but finish there. So like throughout the season, if it's close, or throughout the series, if it's really close, you always know that the last game will be at home for you guys.
All right, still to come on Access. Cade who? Dennis Jenkins was the next 5 games for the Lakers. 3 against the bottom of the Eastern Conference: Pacers, Nets, and Wizards. And then you got a stretch in LA with the Cavs. And then you go